Welcome to this edition of Hindsight is Horrifying, the show where three mostly normal and somewhat cynical adults discuss life as members of the TV generation. Now here are your hosts, Darth Jada, Jason Mitchell, and Adam B.
Dame Adam B.
Mr. Drysdale.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Miss Hathaway.
Yes, hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome back to Hindsight is Horrifying. You may have noticed, things look a little different.
Some mild changes.
Yes, we've died, and we're in a vortex of afterlife now.
Purgatory.
And actually, your makeup is actually throwing the color balance off. It's amazing.
Oh, God.
I wanted deep red lips. This is the best I could do in short notice.
What shade
Tell them you're in autumn.
That is all wrong for your coloring, sweetheart.
It's
sorry.
Whatever my daughter gave me. I said, "Do you have any red lipstick?" She said,
God.
No, but maybe this will do.
She's never touching that lipstick again. I can tell you that much.
Did she roll her eyes until she injured herself? Here, Dad.
She fell backwards. She rolled her eyes so hard.
She said, "Please, Dad, don't do this." And I said, "I'm sorry, I must."
I gotta be me.
No,
The audience
Antonio,
awaits.
Antonio, it's too sexy. I know, but I must.
So, quick apologies for one of our co-hosts has lost her
We've
voice.
got some sound issues with Darth Jader's vocals
Yes.
this week. Sorry,
Yeah.
insiders.
So we're gonna get Luis Guzman to dub you for this episode.
Well,
I think that'd be perfect.
isn't the Atlanta basketball team doing very well, or one of the
heard
sports
something like-
teams? So you were cheering very hard for them, and that's why you lost your voice.
Go local sports team.
Yes,
Throw the ball, score the points.
I'm so bad.
Do
at
sport.
sports.
Do sport.
I could have like the Atlanta Spurs. No, that's not
The
it.
Hawks,
See.
darling,
Hawks.
the
Thank you, the
Hawks.
Hawks.
God.
Who are the Spurs? San Antonio.
Yes.
Spurs,
Yes.
okay.
San Antonio. That's a
Texas team, I think.
yeah. It's is that basketball? That's basketball, right?
We're bird teams here. Falcons, Hawks. We used to be the Thrashers when we had a hockey team.
Emus.
The ostriches.
Yes.
See, well, I like that. If I'm going to start our
The
team,
blue-footed
I'm going to start our team. Will be the Great Tits. It's a bird. Look it up.
Speaking of tits, what movie are we doing? Hindsighters?
Tell us, Darth, if you can.
We are watching Ed Wood with the infamously lovely Johnny Depp.
The wonderful Johnny Depp.
Yeah, this is
So lovely in this movie.
this is absolutely one of my all-time favorite, probably my top 5
Oh yeah.
of favorite movies
It's
ever.
great.
It is the story of the worst director ever.
I can tell you all about it actually.
Yeah, Edward D. Wood Jr.
Yes.
Although I actually think I've run across worse directors.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I've seen movies.
Yes.
I've seen movies that were worse than
You've
Ed
worked
Wood.
on movies that were
Well, that's
worse
true. I've
than
actually
this.
worked on movies that were worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, Edward D. Wood Jr., which is an MST3K fan. I see they did the Sinister Urge.
Plan 9, they must have done Plan 9.
The Riff Tracks guys did Plan 9. They never actually did Plan 9 on the show. I think they thought it was too on the nose, but they've done it live since then. The Riff Tracks guys did. See, Sinister Urge, the Atomic Brain.
Well, isn't there a monster one?
Oh yeah, there's
Inevitably.
several.
Yes.
Half of them star Tor Johnson, which is we'll get into the characters in this movie. And one of the reasons I love this movie, it's not only one of my favorite movies, it is hands down my favorite Tim Burton movie. And this is coming from a guy who thinks that Michael Keaton was the best Batman, but this is still the best. This is still the best Tim Burton movie, in my opinion.
I can see it.
Also, by the way, I'm loving that the new studio setup. The sound sounds. It's got a much more,
It is nice.
less bouncy sound.
Minus my personal shortcomings.
Well, you're ruining it, obviously. Yes, but
I look so much younger with this lighting. And I like it. I like it
think
a
the
lot.
lipstick and the cross-dressing is also helping.
And by the way, Ed Wood was a cross-dresser. I'm not
Yes,
doing this
yes.
because I want to.
He's such
because
a
I
liar.
have to.
no, you're all man. I'm all man.
I like sexing with women. I just like wearing their clothing.
Mr. Brown, who are you wearing this evening?
Halston.
Now, one of the reasons why I love this movie, I mean, there's so many things. This movie, I watched this when it first came out, but then I didn't see it for a very long time, and I was going through a bit of a down phase in my life at one point, and I don't know why.
Did your favorite girl reject your invitation to the sock hop that week?
I don't know. My horse, was lame, and it was. I couldn't sing Buffalo Gal.
You just got shot in the foot.
Yeah.
Your horse was lame. I've never heard it called that before.
Yeah. The Kaiser was acting up.
On top of that, Hitler, he's a bad egg.
No, but I was in a very, sort of like a blue spot, and this movie came on. I think it came on TV actually, and I was watching it, and there's one scene in this movie where Ed Wood and every one of the other characters, Bunny, Tor Johnson, Vampira, all of them, they get in a car.
Yes, they're all piled in.
They're all piled in the car. And
After the horrible premiere.
Yeah, and I just had this overwhelming feeling of, I really would like to be in that car with them.
Oh, yeah.
Because they'd be cool. There's literally nothing you can do short of violence that would make them think, oh, we don't want to hang out with you. They would love to hang out with you.
Oh, absolutely.
And I just thought, God, that's how everyone should be.
Except maybe Sarah Jessica Parker. But she wasn't
She
in the
wasn't
car.
No, she wasn't in the
You know
car.
what, you're right, because he had a girlfriend by then.
You'd already quit him.
Yeah, she came to her senses.
He stretched out all of her good sweaters. My God.
Yeah.
So,
Surprise.
hindsighters. Because I'm in a similar boat as you, Jason. I think when I first saw this movie, it just came on the TV, and I was so morbidly fascinated by it that I just stuck through it. I don't even remember watching it all the way through because I think I caught it about like 15 minutes in. But it's a long movie.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, 2 hours and 7 or 8 minutes. But you must have seen it in a rerun.
Yes,
Because
because
you
in
would have
'94
been-
I was single digits. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw it in the theater.
Sarah Jessica Parker looks good in this movie.
She does.
She looks good in this movie. It's
very Marilyn Monroe.
That hairstyle suits her.
It's kind of the film noir
Yeah.
look.
Well, because he finds a girlfriend who's like a carbon copy of her. They look like almost exactly the same.
I don't think so.
Well, no, I mean like they're both petite little blondes with the same hairstyle. Like I don't know.
I don't think
they look
I don't
pretty
think Sarah
similar.
Jessica Parker is petite.
Oh, yeah.
know.
She's a tiny,
He doesn't
tiny
think
lady.
of her that way. She might be, but he doesn't
I
think
just
of her
I
that
don't,
way.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's kind of a tank.
But let's talk about it.
physically and mentally.
Let's talk about Edward D. Wood Jr.
Well, let's do
Yes.
that, but let's tell the hindsighters
Okay.
what the movie's about in case they're not familiar. So
All right, Scratchy, do it.
Good.
here, I'm going to let our cross-dressing.
Oh, I can't read.
Yes, you can. Oh, you
The
don't have your
secret's
glasses on.
out.
Teach me to read.
It's just this top paragraph.
Just the top paragraph. Edward D. Wood is a Hollywood outcast. Nevertheless, with the help of the formerly famous Bela Lugosi and a devoted cast and crew of show business misfits who believe in Ed's off-kilter vision, the filmmaker is able to bring his oversized dreams to cinematic life. Ed and his friends managed to create an oddly endearing series of extremely low-budget films. J. Welsh, 5742.
Perfect.
And I am remiss because I didn't even mention Bella yet.
Yeah.
Bella.
Bella.
Eddie. Eddie,
and
help me.
Who played Bella?
I know this.
Yes, you do.
Martin Landau.
Yes.
And Barbara Bain.
You used to watch him in Space 1999.
1999. Or
no, you
even
didn't.
Mission Impossible. if
That's
you-
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Space 1999, a show I have tried to like. I've done my part.
You just couldn't get there.
I can't do it. I can't like it. I want to like it. I really do. But no, Martin Landau.
Academy Award for this?
I was just
He
about
was
to
at
say,
least nominated, I know.
him not getting an Academy Award means the Academy Awards don't mean anything.
Yeah, they're
they haven't for quite some
No, they
time.
haven't. His performance as Bela Lugosi is astonishingly perfect. It's probably the best performance I've ever seen from an actor in any movie. I mean, he doesn't just and the whole movie takes what is really sort of a sad story. I mean, Ed Wood is a sad story.
Yes.
It is,
Very,
very much so.
sad. It only goes
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah, which I love. We were talking about that before the show, how much I enjoy the fact that Tim Burton stops it with the wide-eyed optimism.
Right.
And then just kind of lets you know in text a little bit about what happens. But he doesn't even get into what really
he
the later
keeps it
years
on
of...
an upbeat, even when he, finishes off their stories individually toward the end.
But Bela Lugosi, it's such a sad story. It's so depressing. It's just a kick in the balls when you realize the trajectory of this guy's life. But somehow Tim Burton makes it fun and funny, and it's still sad in the end, but it's ridiculous in the end.
But Ed accomplishes his dream, and
he does.
They leave it on an uptick in that way.
Yeah.
But he lived to be 73 or 74, Bela Lugosi, which is amazing with how much he abused his body.
Yeah, he was a serious drug addict.
Yeah.
Which, back then doctors would hand it to you, so,
Because what was he on? Morphine. And no, it was a combination.
Oh, was it?
With a something kicker. He used to say a Demerol kicker.
Something like that. I just realized that Patricia Arquette is Kathy O'Hara.
Yeah.
Oh, Patricia Arquette. Yeah, that's right.
Tom Jane's
that's right.
ex-wife.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Oh, see, it all comes together.
It always comes back to Tom Jane.
The woman who lost Tom Jane.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I'll find him.
Now, Ed Wood is a guy, I said wide-eyed optimist before, and I think that perfectly describes him in this movie, because one of the things you love about him is this is a guy who is walking around Hollywood. He's a nobody, but he just decides he's going to be a movie maker. He's going to be a director. He's going to make his movies. And this was back when that was not an easy thing to accomplish.
No.
I mean, just buying film stock was expensive. Yeah.
Very expensive.
When you see Ed walking around the studio a lot, where he's just
when he's holding the plant,
and he's like, "Oh my God, real live camels!
Yeah,
can you believe it?" Like,
exactly,
his mind is blown.
exactly. Yeah,
and he's a child in many ways.
Yeah,
he really is.
He does have that childlike wonderment.
And Johnny Depp, now you, Darth, being a huge Johnny Depp fan and aficionado and stalker and restraining order receiver, and,
a little scary.
Still in process in court. Jason, God.
I'm going to say, this may be controversial to you, but I'm going to say that this is, in my book, hands down Johnny Depp's best movie. It's his best performance, I think.
I can disagree with that. I think he does a great job pretty much no matter what, but of course I'm going to say that.
Lone Ranger.
His mouth always stays like this.
Yeah.
It's not that he didn't do he was looking for actual
He owns the character.
Yeah.
He became that person.
He is Ed Wood.
Yes.
Yeah.
And with those
Edward D. Wood Jr.
Those Jim Carrey mask dentures, my God, I was amazed that he could talk around those things.
How old was he when he shot this film? It was 1994.
He's 58 now, so in 94.
48, 38, 28. I don't know. What is the math?
He was a kid.
He was a child. Kid. But still very talented. He was a little bit past 21 Jump Street.
Oh, yeah, 21 Jump Street. Wow.
Yes. And
that's a Johnny Depp deep cut.
It's a deep cut. And Nightmare on Elm Street. He was killed.
Well, because this is where he finally got to transition out of the teeny bopper heartthrob
serious actor.
River Phoenix crap. Yeah, because he didn't want to get stuck in the same path as River. Yeah. He didn't want to be a heartthrob.
Was this before or after Edward Scissorhands?
This is before Edward Scissorhands.
Really?
This is before Edward Scissorhands?
Wait. Nope.
No,
that's the first Tim Burton and Johnny
I was about to say,
movie.
no, this is after.
You're right. I'm mixing them. Okay,
Edward D. Scissorhands Jr.
Johnny would have only been about 27 when he made this movie.
Okay.
But it's the classic. First of all, also the fact that they shot it in black and white.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
It's so beautiful because Ed Wood is a black and white. I mean, when you look at the canon of Ed Wood, it's just
canon.
Yeah, it's his
Dare you use that word.
His oeuvre. Here we are, Bela Lugosi.
As a child, I loved Bela Lugosi.
Oh,
Boris Karloff and who was the Hunchback of Notre Dame? That was
Lon Chaney.
Lon Chaney Jr., Lon Chaney, the Werewolf. All those guys. I love those movies. And to see what I did not know what happened to him afterwards until I watched this movie. It was educational.
And I'm trying to remember, I'm drawing a blank. Darth, maybe you can look it up for me. What is the movie, the Bela Lugosi movie, the Ed Wood Bela Lugosi movie that they do in this? Not Plan 9.
Right.
It's driving me crazy because they did that one on MST3K also.
Pull the strings?
Yeah, pull the string. Was that in Glenn and Glenda?
I don't know.
No, that wasn't Glenn and Glenda. Because Ed Wood gets hired early on in the movie to direct a movie, just a cheap exploitation film about basically,
transgender. Whatever.
A not sympathetic view
Right.
of them, a sexploitation film.
Yes.
And we're looking.
That's
at
Glenn or Glenda.
Okay.
Maybe pull the switch. Maybe that was Glenn or Glenda.
I don't know.
I don't remember. I'll have to look it up later. But so he is given the job of just making this schlock movie, and Ed decides that he's going to make
More of an expose.
an expose about transvestites
Yes.
because Ed Wood was a transvestite.
Big cross-dressing chicken hawk.
Yeah, I love the shots of people in cars in this movie.
Oh, it's great.
I mean,
Now they're really driving there, aren't they?
I think
It's hard to tell.
I think they're on a trailer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's too
no,
soft
no.
'cause
yeah,
Johnny's-
What I mean is it's not a screen with the
Oh
projection
no,
behind it.
they're on a trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, but because Johnny's occasionally steering in the cars and moving.
Well, actually, cars back then you could
They were boats. That's true. The steering was a little looser. But
go
Jason-
drive the original Dodge Challenger.
No, yeah, I can't even imagine the one I have as a boat as it is. But Jason, I'm amazed we've spent this much time talking and we haven't brought up Lisa Marie yet.
Oh, I'm saving that.
I believe it.
Yeah, Lisa Marie. Do you know it's actually illegal to export Lisa Marie? The Department of Defense. She's literally weaponized sexiness. I remember in Maxim magazine years ago there was a spread of Lisa Marie, and it was back when she was still with Tim Burton.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's the connection.
yeah, and the caption was, "If Tim Burton ever complains about anything, we're going to kill him."
I think you're worried about her when we did Sleepy Hollow, where
Oh my God.
she is astonishingly
Oh my
hot.
Yeah, yeah. Sleepy Hollow. Even Mars Attacks.
Yeah.
She was.
She's pretty in that too.
She was stacked in Mars Attacks too. Just a little murdery,
But a guy can forgive.
Yeah,
that
I mean,
when a
yeah,
girl
it's fine,
looks that
yeah,
good. But you were right about Edward Scissorhands. That was 1990. This was
Yeah.
1994. So, and then Sleepy Hollow with your girlfriend was 1999.
Yeah. Well, I would say girlfriend,
Your
fling,
your fantasy
yeah.
girlfriend.
Tryst. Tryst.
in the fantasy bank, she does the things that Jennifer Connelly's too good for. Because there's certain things that you just go, no.
I will bring up Requiem again.
Yeah. Not up here. Not up here, sister.
Okay.
What do you think? I hate that movie.
Such denial.
For the children out there who don't know, I didn't realize this. We've been talking about Bela Lugosi.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably people who don't know who Bela Lugosi
Oh,
is.
without
There's a
question.
lot of people who don't know who
Yeah.
Bela Lugosi
Who was he,
is.
Jason?
Well, he was a Hungarian actor who became famous, hugely, unbelievably famous, for playing Dracula in Bram Stoker's Dracula, the original movie adaptation.
He wants to wear your lipstick.
I want to touch your
I want
breasts.
to touch your boobs. You have to be Hungarian and double jointed.
How you doing there, Bella?
Vampira, you will love me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I tried that. I could have told him that doesn't work. No. So Bela Lugosi became a worldwide star for playing Dracula, and he sort of played Dracula for the next 30 years, and eventually that wore out.
Is it true that he was offered Frankenstein and he thought it was it was
Yeah,
beneath him or something?
I'm pretty sure that's true.
Okay.
There have been people who've said that if he could have somehow made it back to Hungary, but of course Hungary at the time was not a place you could just go to,
Right.
because he was a huge, they would have, they had statues of him.
Right. Welcome him with open arms.
Yeah, in fact, I think there is actually still a Bela Lugosi statue in Hungary.
I mean, I think he's their one claim to fame. So,
And there he is actually.
yep.
That's the real one.
Yeah, there's the real one. And it's amazing because you're sitting here looking at Martin Landau as Bela Lugosi, and they're cutting back and forth to the actual footage of Bela Lugosi, and it reads fine.
Oh, yeah.
It totally reads fine.
Which is a testament
Yeah.
to makeup and performance.
Yeah. God, such an amazing job.
I love him with the 2 little dogs.
Yeah. And you have to wonder, like, if you went to Hollywood, okay.
There's your girl.
You guys talk.
But,
I need a minute.
well, we were complimenting the black and white, but apparently Columbia dropped the project when Tim Burton wanted to shoot in black and white. That was one of the first snags that they hit, but he'd already cast Martin Landau, who was his first choice for Bela Lugosi.
Mm-hmm.
So
What were the revenues for this one?
let's find out.
When I was
I'm just
looking it
gonna
up,
spend the whole
I saw
episode
like
on
it was
the phone.
$15 million to shoot and it earned $5.3 million, but that had to just be like the first weekend or something. I can't imagine that it didn't earn more.
See, I love Johnny Depp's Ed Wood. Yeah. What?
The budget was $18 million. The box office was 5.9.
Well, that's what I said, but for how long?
Wait, really?
That's weird.
when
No, this movie was a flop?
I didn't.
I see the box office, but it had to have earned more, but
Bullshit.
maybe it didn't. Bullshit, I say.
You will love
Vampire is a hack.
No, anyway, moving on from that.
That
'cause
limey
that's-
cocksucker.
Yeah.
Which is how he regarded Boris Karloff.
Yeah.
That's
He did not
lovely.
like him.
No, he didn't. Was it Boris or was it Lon Chaney?
Boris Karloff.
Boris
He
Karloff?
was an Englishman. In fact, he was the Grinch.
Yeah. No,
He
but
did not like him at all.
what's amazing though, or what I love, is that you see Ed Wood, and he brings Bela Lugosi into his orbit, and he loves him. He sees him for the greatness that he used to be, and he's just thinking, well, why don't I make a movie with Bela Lugosi? He's the greatest actor ever. He's Dracula.
And he
Right.
needs the money.
If I put him in a movie, it's a surefire hit, and he puts him in movies. Not him.
So much, they say.
And by the way, before you ask, it is absolutely true. Bela died when they were shooting Plan 9. And so,
They had to get a stand-in just like in the
who
movie.
was Ed Wood's chiropractor? Yeah. And he
Yeah.
was a makeup artist, but he was also a chiropractor. And he just held the cape
Right.
in front of his
Yeah, because
face.
then he appeared in another movie where Ed Wood actually let him show his face, right?
Yeah.
Later
Another
on.
movie later on. But I'll tell you, when I first saw this movie, I became so obsessed with Ed Wood. I bought all of those films, and I sat and watched every single one of them. And then I had Ed Wood. I would watch Ed Wood, and then I would watch how it was actually filmed. You know, the Glenn and Glenda, the scenes with Plan 9 from Outer Space, Tor Johnson. And it was painful. But I did it.
Oh, they're so bad. They're so incredibly just they're bad in dimensions. It's like peeling an onion
Yes.
to realize, why is this bad?
The continuity,
Yeah, the acting.
the acting, the tombstones falling over, where they're bumping against it. But the one thing that saddened me the most was they had interviews. They showed clips from some of his later films when he really went south.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Which was sad.
Yeah.
But the wife, his wife, they interviewed his wife, and she's like, no one ever cared about Eddie at all, and now suddenly after he's dead, he's a celebrity. It's so sad.
Yeah.
And it was a tragedy.
I don't think that Ed Wood ever could have been the cult sensation if he was alive, because I think he would have screwed it up.
Yeah.
Because that's like if you look at the guy who did The Room, Tommy Wiseau.
Yes.
If
I watched that, and this was recommended. The Room
Yeah.
was recommended, right?
anyone, it's amazing because people say, "Oh, The Room, the worst movie ever." Tommy Wiseau can't hold a candle to Ed Wood.
Yeah.
The Room is boring. It's just dull, I mean, James Wynn is the modern Ed Wood. If do yourself a favor and go watch Birdemic.
Oh, God.
Birdemic is a masterpiece. It should be in the Library of Congress.
Birdemic.
Birdemic.
I have not seen
Birdemic, shock and awe. It is such an incredibly amazing bad movie. Everyone should just go watch it.
Okay.
So anyway,
So apparently, the whole Lugosi-Ed Wood relationship was an inspiration to Tim Burton, and he got especially excited about this film and wanted to make it because he felt the same way about Vincent Price. because he grew up watching like House of Wax and everything that Vincent Price did.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So apparently he had like a deja vu sort of sense of kinship between that real life experience and the fact that Ed Wood was so obsessed with Bela Lugosi.
Boy, Vincent Price though, he did it right because he was in Thriller. He did a lot of TV commercials.
He was amazing.
He made money. he made money.
And he was just a regular guy. If you ever saw him being interviewed, he loved to cook. He was great in interviews and did not have an opiate addiction like Bela Lugosi, thankfully.
And
I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, just another random Johnny fact, because he's got those fake teeth, and the entire time he literally looks like a less dramatic version of Jim Carrey from The Mask.
Well, Ed Wood was a war hero
Yeah.
in many ways. He was a parachutist. I think he parachuted into, I don't know exactly what battles.
Yeah, I don't know where he
was.
was. I don't know which theater he was in. Was he in Europe? I think he was in Europe.
Europe. He was definitely in Europe.
I'm not sure, but
But he wore women's clothing underneath his uniform. He was deathly afraid of being
he
injured.
wasn't afraid of dying.
He was not afraid of being killed. Much like my drive over here.
Yes.
Hindsighters, I was deathly afraid of having an accident and living.
Although nowadays, I mean, the cop would have just said, "How you doing, ma'am?"
Oh, and then I would have been successful.
Yikes. But
Let me see. The Violent Year, Bride of the Monster.
Bride of the
I
Monsters.
think Bride of the Monster is the one I'm thinking of.
we're about to hit a pivotal moment.
Yeah, it is.
gentlemen.
Because Bride of the Monsters, where Tor Johnson plays Lobo.
Lobo.
Tor Johnson. It is a true story. Oh God.
We're looking at the scene, Hindsighters, where Ed Wood finally reveals himself as a transvestite to his fairly
Girlfriend.
long-term girlfriend, living girlfriend, who always complained that her sweaters were missing
Mm-hmm.
or stretched
No, she has her
out.
own place.
So that's where
They
my
don't live
sweater's
together.
been.
I think they lived together.
No.
They were sleeping together.
That doesn't mean they live together.
Well, it did in the 50s.
Oh my goodness.
Johnny Depp
You
somehow
remember those
manages.
times, huh?
He
I remember
pulled.
as a child.
Johnny Depp pulls off the scene where he reveals this with comedy and dignity at the same time, and it's really impressive.
It's like
Like
demure
putting it in a
dignity.
fucking script.
Yeah. Well, because Sarah Jessica Parker somehow never put two and two together.
Yeah.
That her sweaters were always stretched out, and she.
Well, he wasn't cheating on her.
No.
He wasn't gay.
No.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with him. What I'm saying is he wasn't.
He's a male lesbian.
He wasn't promiscuous. He wasn't. He wasn't even that.
No, that's what Eddie Izzard calls it.
Oh,
because he likes to dress up in women's clothing.
I don't think Ed Wood ever identified as a woman. I think he just liked wearing women's
No,
clothing.
I don't think
Yeah.
neither does Eddie Izzard, but he dresses
Yeah.
like them.
Feels nice on the skin.
So I'm afraid to ask what kind of undergarments you've got accompanied
Oh,
with
moving
this
on.
ensemble. I'm just not.
All right,
just
I'm
gonna
not
move
that
right-
authentic, Darth. Just let you know, I'm wearing boxers.
I thought the word brassiere was about to go out of your
I
mouth.
tried. I asked my wife if I could use one of her
my-
brassieres, and she said absolutely not. So I'm a little flat chested, and I'm ashamed of myself.
Moving on. Okay.
regret it.
Bunny. It's Bunny. Let's talk about Bunny, played by Bill Murray.
Bill
They expanded the
Murray.
role once Bill Murray came on.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, right.
Of course.
Because he fucking owns it.
Oh my god! And like him getting the other transvestites ramped up to meet the producer that Ed Wood is trying to sign for the picture. He's like, "Don't act like this. You'll
Yeah.
embarrass me." Oh my god! Just get it together. It's fantastic.
I can't remember. What is the name of Jeffrey Jones's character? The great
Criswell,
Criswell. Yes.
the fortune teller.
Yeah. Oh God, what a glorious time it must
He
have
used
been.
to be on Johnny Carson, I think, too.
Probably.
Criswell
I
made
think
some
he actually
Carson.
even mentioned
Or Jack
that.
Parr.
I think no. I think he mentions Carson.
Oh, he does
in
say
the
Carson?
movie. I think
Okay.
so. But God, every time Johnny does that really goofy smile with those dentures, but he's got a process that we've mentioned before. I think on Sleepy Hollow, where when he's developing his characters, he always does a combination of voices of real thing like animals or people or cartoon characters, and he blends them together. So, for instance, with Edward Scissorhands. He mentioned an old dog that he used to have that was really shy, and he kind of emulated the behavior of the dog. And with Captain Jack, he was a mixture of like Pepe Le Pew and Keith Richards. But with this particular movie, with Ed Wood, Johnny Depp has said that to capture the voice of Wood, he tried to merge Ronald Reagan's blind optimism with the vocal attack of Casey Kasem, the long-serving disc jockey who voiced Shaggy on the original Scooby-Doo.
Huh.
And further inspiration was drawn from Jack Haley's performance as the Tin Man on The Wizard of Oz.
I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah.
I love watching him do his guerrilla filmmaking.
Oh, that is the best.
Don't you want a second take for protection? What's to protect? It's perfect.
We don't have
It's the cops.
We don't
They
have a
want
permit.
Yeah.
Run!
Oh, but we missed my very favorite part of the movie when they're first shooting the film and he walks past the window display,
Yeah.
all dressed in drag, and he's like, it's so adorable.
Larchmont Studios.
Oh God.
Hey, you know what? I respect him.
Yeah.
I mean, you do. You look at these guys, and they're just. This is back when movies were magic, you know, and they were just making magic, and it was crap. But if Ed Wood was alive today, he would just be shooting on digital, and
Doing the same thing.
He'd be doing the same thing.
Crap.
Yeah,
And people would love it.
Yeah, Ed Wood was doing this stuff back when there wasn't a crowded field of shitty directors. You know, I mean, he fought for it.
Name some shitty directors. Like,
James Wynn,
okay.
Tommy Wiseau,
Okay.
who,
Versus who you consider great directors.
like today, working today.
No, whenever. Like, it doesn't matter.
Oh, because I mean, like
There's so many.
Yeah, God, I mean, Spielberg, David Lynch.
We did 2001. It was
Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, Stanley
was a
Kubrick.
great director.
I mean, you know, there are many, you know, Jim Jarmusch. You could go on as far as great directors go. But there's a lot of people who, you know, there are a lot of people who directed really, really great movies, and that was it. That was their whole career. Never went on. I mean, Dark City, one of my all-time favorite movies, directed by the guy who directed The Crow, and I'm sitting here and I can't remember his
Not
name.
coming to you. Yeah.
Well, look at Casablanca. Nobody knows who directed Casablanca. No one. You could literally walk down the street asking people.
Alex Proyas directed The
Alex
Crow.
Proyas. Yes, Alex Proyas. And
Casablanca director.
Yeah, check Casablanca.
Alex
Was it
Proyas.
like
I don't know.
Fleco
I don't know
or
what else
something?
I don't know what else Alex Proyas did, because The Crow was fantastic too. I love The Crow.
Michael Curtis.
Michael Curtis. that's
Michael
it.
Curtis.
Yeah.
Tony's brother.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. You know, it's a movie that everybody thought was going to flop, so they didn't even really, you know, we'll just do it, and it ends up being, you know, the
One of
greatest
the
movie
greatest
ever. Yeah.
films ever.
I was watching that episode of Frasier when Niles is separated from Maris and he wants to bring home some tapes to watch with Daphne.
Orson Welles.
Oh, Orson
Jesus,
Welles.
Orson Welles, yeah.
Yes. And he made an appearance in here,
Yeah.
which was
but-
very good.
It's
Oh,
fun.
do you know who voiced him?
No, but he did very well.
The guy who does the Brain from Pinky and the Brain.
Got it.
Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Fuck you! Carla doesn't deserve to smell my shit.
I can rot in hell for all I care. Hindsighters, Bela Lugosi is talking about who again?
Boris Karloff.
Boris Karloff.
I was about to say, I can't look
that
everything
limey
up.
cocksucker, he calls him.
All right,
God,
we've said
look
it
at his
3 times. I think we've set a
What,
record.
limey
for-
cocksucker?
Yeah, we're setting a record.
It rolls right off the tongue.
This will be known as the Limey Cocksucker
Sometimes.
episode.
Yes.
Actually, we do need to take a break, reset the cameras. So
But we look fabulous. What are you talking about?
we do. We sound fabulous too. I'm really
Well,
liking
some
how
of us
it's
do.
it's bouncing. It's really doing a good job on the
It is.
cutting that echo down. Okay, Hindsighters, we are going to be back in about 1 second. We're rolling. I can't wear my glasses with the lights because
Yes.
so I'm like,
Even now,
You
Johnny.
look like Peter Fix.
yeah. Yeah.
You're turning Japanese, are you?
No, I was doing. Oh wow. Canceled. Oh wait, you're trans. Shit.
You I am Teflon.
You just won HR.
I'm just going to be quiet.
Well, my daughter, we should probably record this, actually. Are we
think we're
recording?
rolling.
We are recording.
We are rolling.
All right, let's. You want to come back? All right. And we're back
Ah, it's good to be back.
Where are we?
with
But I-
booze.
But yes, when I went to borrow lipstick from my 14-year-old daughter, honey, can I borrow? Do you have any red lipstick? She's like, no, and she's looking at me, you know, in my garb right now, and I was like, come on, I was a sailor. This is normal stuff. You just haven't seen it. But she got me some lipstick. She's like, please, Dad, don't get canceled. Because I said,
well played, Addie. Well played.
I said, she's very sensitive to everything that goes on. And I'm not so much, right? I'm 80% woke, and then that other 20%, I just keep silent.
Yeah.
But I said, I'm playing a tranny tonight. She's like, don't you dare say that. It's horrible to be mean to transsexual. I said, it's not a transsexual, honey. It's a transvestite.
Exactly.
Read a book.
Yeah.
Right.
Remember Norman Bates? Mm-hmm.
Transvestite.
Yeah, transvestite,
Aging
not
Dr.
transsexual.
Bates, Dr. Norman Bates.
I just love the thought of you asking your daughter.
Honey, can I borrow some lipstick?
Well, that's I was.
I'm amazed you let your daughter have lipstick, Mr. Woke.
Yeah. Fuck woke. I'm the most. I'm just. I. You can't be woke when you're someone who just. I hate everyone. So.
Yeah.
But I'm equal. I'm very equal.
I'm an equal opportunity.
Spread it like warm butter.
Exactly. I'm like Dirty Harry. I hate everyone.
I hate them all.
I hate everyone.
Offender, yes.
Yeah. It's not that. It's just that I have. What did I say? 240,000 hours left, and I'm not going to spend one of them on getting to know you. I'm sorry. No, I was doing something in the shop once. I think I was working on my old car, and I was trying to, I think it was the European license plate. I was trying to put that on the car, and I needed to get the drill holes just right.
Don't we all?
And yeah, and the easiest way to do that is you put a little piece of lipstick and you press it on there, and you take it away, and there's two little red dots, and that's where you drill. And so I go upstairs, and my wife walks in.
You always drill where there's lipstick, Jason.
Well, depends on what mood. Depends on the mood.
Go for it. I had to go for it.
Frequently.
This is getting raw again.
That's what she said.
Hey! Well,
God.
Mazel tov! Hey!
It's like the gag gift, isn't it?
Yes.
We won't mention that.
She's really quick on the trigger.
Yes. Don't
Don't worry, you'll live up to me someday. One day. One day.
Not even close. I don't even plan on it.
Bride
of the
where
Atom.
Were we?
Bride of the
Bride of
Monster.
the Atom. Oh, Bride of the Atom. That's one of my favorites. That's one of the great MST3K episodes.
Where we were, to answer your question, is we actually started an interesting conversation off camera.
I've already
Yeah, that's what we do.
already forgotten. I'm a goldfish. What was
Joe
it about?
Rogan.
Oh, Joe Rogan. That's right.
Oh, yeah. Joe Rogan was talking about the psychology of the people who live and work in Hollywood. And
Which
the
relates very
impact.
well to this movie. Yeah.
Well, and it is amazing because it's an industry of people who can say yes or no, and that's 1%. And then 99% are begging them to say yes.
Yes.
And they will literally do absolutely anything. They will get rid of their opinions. They will sacrifice their ideals. I mean,
They won't even get rid of their
go
opinions.
Joe Rogan said it on his wildly popular podcast.
Check him out.
Yeah.
It won't be in the show notes.
It won't be. No, we don't do that. We can't afford show notes.
No, but that's one of the things that I actually really respect about Maggie Gyllenhaal, because when she was first auditioning or when she was young in the industry, some casting director or other told her that she had to change pretty much everything about herself. She needed to go blonde. She needed, all this reconstruction. And she was like,
How fucking horrible is
she was like,
that?
screw you, man. And no, she didn't do any of it.
No, I know, but the fact that she was told that how horrible that you have to get, that someone's actually telling you.
Well, she was told that she wasn't like the Hollywood-looking type, and that's kind of true. But I don't know.
You ever heard of Sissy Spacek? Come on. No, I'm serious. I mean, the type.
Yeah, because
know.
I don't really think there is a type anymore. We've moved away from that. At least
No,
a
there
little.
is. No, there's
what's the
there's an
type now?
Instagram type.
Well, I don't know about the Instagram type. I'm talking
No,
about the
you're
Hollywood type.
no. I mean, it seems to me like more. Well, Hollywood doesn't exist anymore. I mean, they don't. Movies, that's the past.
Pictures are the thing of the past, Johnny.
Well, I mean, it's not that they're gone. It's just that I don't think the idea of movies like, okay, what's the next movie that that people are trying to get behind the scenes photos of, and what's going on in the, it's fucking Indiana Jones 5. They're out. They're done. They don't have any more ideas. It's finished. You know, Spielberg is going to Netflix now. Did you hear this?
Good for him.
Yes,
Spielberg.
I heard about
he
that.
signs this multi-picture deal with Netflix after basically, I think he said hell would freeze over before he would do it, but
And so it's got really cool.
Yeah,
down
so,
there.
yeah, hell's cool.
With something
Suddenly.
badass, yeah.
and that's fine. You know, it's totally cool. I mean, David Lynch is he's got a Netflix project coming up.
Excellent.
You know, I mean, it's totally fine that this is happening, but the idea, though, that just people would make a movie that wasn't low budget, not like a mega blockbuster movie, something, I mean, look at a movie like Ed Wood. There's real money behind it. It's a real production with real Hollywood stars, and it's just something that we put out there and we think it'll do good, as opposed to it has to have all of this pre-established cinematic universe bullshit, you know, behind it. We won't get into that because I could go on for hours about how I just do not fucking care about Marvel and the whole.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, they're rods.
I was actually sad that that the Dark Universe thing was so badly done. Warner
Universe.
Brothers. You know, they wanted their own cinematic universe, and so what the plan was that they were going to do the Invisible Man, the Mummy, Frankenstein, and all of these classic horror movies. But they were going to make a cinematic universe called the Dark Universe.
Okay.
And the Mummy with the Tom Cruise movie that came out, that was supposed to be the one that started everything off.
I didn't even see that.
Nobody
Yeah,
did.
it
Nobody
did.
I
did.
used to
It
be
was off.
I used to be so in love
Well,
with
do you
Tom
know?
Cruise
Do you know who
before
was going to be the Invisible Man in this new cinematic universe?
David McCallum.
Mr. Johnny Depp.
Oh, Johnny Depp.
Yep.
I would have seen the hell out of that. Oh my god.
No, you wouldn't have.
No. Yeah. There you go. He's back. He's on the board.
He's back in the
He's
game.
on the board.
Well played.
No. Crap.
You deserve it. You deserve it.
Yes.
Bye, baby.
What's his name?
Who's going to be Frankenstein?
Master and Commander.
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe was, Van Helsing.
Oh, okay. Oh.
You know, and he was going to be sort of
Who could have
the
done
thing
a better
that.
job than Hugh Jackman?
No.
Move on.
No. But no, actually, I don't know who was going to be Frankenstein. But yeah, so, it's kind of an interesting idea. But what I don't like is the fact that you can't just go out there and just try something. You can't just go, hey, I got this thing called Ghostbusters. Hey, try it. You know, let's take a gamble. You know, let's run a risk. No, we'll do Fast and Furious 9.
Yes. Can you believe it?
9.
Yeah.
At this point. I mean, I love cars, but Jesus.
One and it doesn't have nearly as many sequels, but that's sadly one of the things that revived theaters in a lot of places was A Quiet Place 2.
Ooh.
More quieter. Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. And John Krasinski, thank you for what you're doing for the movie industry to bring people back to theaters, because he flat out refused to release it before people could go back to theaters to enjoy it, because that was the whole concept. And I think he also knows in the back of his head that
It doesn't work at your house.
No, because I will give this to him. It was a genius idea the first time around, because literally you could literally hear a pin drop.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody was even touching their candy wrappers, nothing. Everybody was just dead
Yeah.
silent.
They don't want to be eaten. Right?
Exactly. So, I mean, but I don't see where you can go with that for a sequel.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not trying to diss it. I just haven't seen
I
the movie, so
will.
I don't know.
It's cool. But yeah, so
Oh, Eddie, I'm so broke.
This is the downfall of
yeah. Well, this is how the people ended up in the old actors' home with the women had the little turbans, you know.
The little beehives.
right.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, they all had those turbans. This is Sunset Boulevard sort of territory. Although she still had a house, so she at least had that going for her. So Ed Wood, in the movie, his motivation is self-interest, but he also seems to have a real interest in bringing Bela back to the public spotlight. And I think that's kind of a neat
Even when it becomes an illusion.
Oh, yeah,
at
totally.
The end, and
Yeah.
it's so heartbreaking.
It bugs me though, those socks he's wearing, because that seam on the bottom of my foot, that would just drive me nuts.
I was always that way. If my socks.
Oh, I
rotated
couldn't
in
do
my
that. No.
sneakers, Oh, I couldn't.
Oh no,
take it.
rotated
No.
socks? No. I don't care what if I'm doing brain surgery.
Yeah.
I have to stop and I have to fix my socks. Yeah.
Add more anesthesia. I've got to take an extra 30 seconds.
But are you familiar with Clive Davis, the
Yeah.
famous record producer and star maker? I loved how he also brought people out of retirement, like Aretha Franklin, Dionne Warwick, except he did it well.
Yeah.
Sadly, Ed did not.
Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, absolutely. You're
I mean,
right, John
yeah.
Travolta.
I mean, look at Jackie Brown. You got Robert Forrester. You got
Oh my gosh.
Pam Grier.
Yeah.
It's. I like the idea that people can go. There is all of this talent out there.
National treasures.
Yeah, really.
Digging them back up.
Yeah, like why don't we just
Like
use
Bella.
them? Yeah. Maybe with streaming stuff. If Bela Lugosi was alive today, he'd have his own, show.
Podcast.
Oh my God.
He'd have his own pod. He'd be here with us. I
He
bet.
would be.
We'd invite him. He'd come.
He'd be shooting up. And,
Yeah.
He'd be calling you a limey cocksucker.
Well,
Fuck you.
But Jason, I had a question for you, particularly on this section of the movie where we get Bella on a live TV spot, and that's very exciting. And he's playing Dracula yet again, but he completely falters and messes up the tape. So what would they have done? Like just filled in the space with something else? Like how would that have worked since it's on live television?
Oh, look, we've got dead air. Get out there, do something.
Okay, like send somebody else out on.
Oh
stage.
yeah, no, yeah, and they were aware of that. I mean, they knew that. Live TV. Do you either of you remember there was this brief period when the networks, only a few years ago, they were sort of bringing back the live movie event.
I don't remember it.
They did. I think CBS did Sound of Music.
Oh, yes. No, I know what you're talking about.
Live.
Yeah.
I
And
didn't
they
know that's what it was called.
and they did Failsafe. I think ABC did Failsafe live, which is really cool. And it's live. When you're doing stuff live and you can't stop and edit, it's a whole different world.
Yeah, it's a completely different level of pressure. None of
Oh,
us
yeah.
in this room know about that.
If you screw it up, everybody sees it. You're not going to cover that. In this situation, I mean, you've got to have somebody like what you have, where you've got the the line producer, the director telling him fix it,
Yeah.
and the guy on set is just trying to do it. He's trying to make jokes and trying to pull the lines out of Bela Lugosi. Yeah.
And who was the sidekick representing the goofy? Yeah, he looked familiar.
He looks familiar.
Very
he does.
familiar.
Yeah.
He looks like kind of a Don Knotts sort of type, almost. Like
But it wasn't Don. It was like a comedian that would. It was very
Like a soupy
physical
sales
humor.
kind of.
Yeah, it was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Jeffrey Jones makes his appearance again.
And Jeffrey Jones, he needs to come back. He's paid his debt to society, hasn't he?
Well,
He wasn't. Was he not sentenced to jail?
Yes.
Did he not do his jail time?
I don't know, specific crimes stick.
well,
Like,
there's certain crimes that are just hard to kick.
Yeah.
You may say I
But
want.
it's fucking Hollywood, man. I mean, it's like, oh no.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying he couldn't
Yeah.
make a comeback. I'm saying that personally, I've voted him off.
He needs
the
to. He
island.
needs to write a tell-all book
Oh God, no.
No.
That's like
What kind of
such-
client?
about other people.
Oh,
about all the other people he knows in Hollywood.
I was like,
it.
that's
Yeah.
so O.J. Simpson with that book that he wrote, where he's like, I didn't do it, but if I did,
But
this
yeah,
is how
this
I
is
would
how I
have
would
done
have
it.
done it.
Oh God.
Can you imagine back then though, going out to a nightclub like a restaurant like that? Everybody's
Big band
got,
in the corner.
Yeah, everybody's just shooting back martinis, smoking
dancing,
cigarettes.
Yeah.
That's what I loved about Public Enemies with Johnny Depp, where
That was a good movie.
yeah, it was
That
a
was
great
really
movie.
good. Public Enemy.
Public Enemies. What did I say?
It's singular, isn't it?
No, Public Enemies, because it's John Dillinger and a bunch of other.
I thought it was just about John
Gangsters.
Dillinger, Public Enemy.
It's
Yeah, I
it's-
could have sworn.
But I don't know. I'm not going to.
This is the hard. These are the hard.
This
these
is
are the
some
hard
inside
hitting.
baseball.
I'm
Yeah,
sitting right next to
Yeah.
her. She's right.
yeah.
Yes, I
learned.
am right. It's
Okay.
public
I told you.
enemies.
It's
All right.
public enemies.
Okay.
Come on, Jason. I
All
told
right, yeah.
you. You wouldn't listen.
See, again, we don't do this stuff live, so I can just edit it.
Oh,
Yes.
screw
You know.
you, man. You know, where Johnny Depp would get dressed up like he's going to church in Atlanta to rob a bank. Like, Golden Joe and the Scuggins gang. Or the Suggins gang.
Yes.
The Hollywood Brown Derby.
Yes, but
I've had lunch there.
No.
Not there, the one at Disney, but still.
But I was going off your point, Jason, of like they had these lavish club scenes where there's a huge band. It's like Lucille Ball level entertainment when you just go out to dinner and you're drinking fancy Manhattans
Yeah.
and martinis. Yeah, I would love to be on a scene like that.
Tor Johnson. Time for to go to bed. And Tor, to be fair, Tor was Swedish. His grasp of the English language was so at best. And he wasn't an actor. He was a
No.
wrestler.
He was.
It's very Andre the Giant before Andre the Giant.
Yeah, except Andre the Giant was like Olivier compared to Tor Johnson.
Yes,
I'm
he
not
was.
comparing their
Yeah.
wrestling skills. I'm just talking about the similarity.
No, I'm talking about their acting skills.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No. Andre the Giant was, I mean, he could have done Hamlet compared to Tor Johnson,
Oh, okay.
But Tor was great, though. In every Ed Wood movie with Tor Johnson, it's just this mountain of man lumbering around going, time for to go to bed. It's
Walk through the hall. You're upset. Not that upset.
Yeah.
And then go for the door. Cut. It's perfect.
Yarp.
Oh my gosh.
Narp.
Why does Johnny develop this Errol Flynn mustache halfway through the movie?
I love it. I wish the Errol
Yeah,
Flynn
it
mustache would come back.
I only no, because only specific men can pull it off. Like Errol Flynn pulled it off. Obviously, that's why it's the Errol Flynn mustache.
No. Back then, you have to understand, in this particular world, this was the time when doughy men ruled. Doughy men ruled the earth. We had little pencil
Are you
mustaches.
calling Johnny Depp doughy? Because I'm about to come across this
The
table
actual, okay, in the reality of the situation, he would have been doughy.
again. Okay,
Everyone was doughy back then.
acceptable.
You woke up
It
in the
was the
morning.
50s.
Yeah, you woke up in the morning. You had a shaker of martinis, ate a steak. Lunch, you had some baked potatoes and butter.
Yeah.
Some more whiskey.
Yeah, you had a side order of French fries and cigarettes. And
How many times did you see your grandparents exercise?
no, yeah,
That's an excellent point.
Yeah.
I never, ever.
Yeah.
Or even
Well,
my parents. Never.
Both
No.
of my granddads died before I was born, so that should answer your question.
well, little column A, little column B.
Yeah, well, and, they were still the generation that didn't believe that smoking was bad for you, even though.
God, what a glorious age!
Yes.
What a wonderful age! Nothing's gonna kill you.
I'm gonna live forever.
I mean, you're talking about a time when people would, mom would take little Johnny, because little Johnny's feet were growing and he needed new shoes. So she would take little Johnny down to the shoe store, and little Johnny, there was a machine there, and little Johnny
Yeah.
would stick his feet in the machine, and it would pour radiation through little Johnny's feet.
Yes.
It was to size his to
Fluoroscope, they
yeah.
called it. A fluoroscope.
This is news to me.
It was an X-ray machine, and what you do is you put the shoes on, you stick your feet under, and you could see your bones and where the edge of the shoe was, and it was perfect fit.
Hey,
Yeah.
what a glorious time to be alive!
Time to be alive.
Briefly.
Oh, that's why men are living longer now, because we don't put them under as
Well,
much radiation.
there was a Bill Bryson talks about a restaurant in Life and Times of the Thunderbolt Kid, his memoir about growing up in the 50s. There was a restaurant, I think it was called Bishop's, if I remember correctly, and in the restrooms they had, when you flush the toilet seat would retract into the wall, and it would irradiate the toilet seat.
Ooh, okay. And along with anyone standing near it.
Yeah,
probably.
and I have it's like I don't know what they were using. Was it like cobalt? I don't know what I don't know what exactly they were using to irradiate the toilet seat.
Wait, there's good cholesterol.
And then the toilet seat would come back out completely free of any bacteria. Yeah, and people would come from miles to go to this restaurant
Because of the
and
restrooms.
flush the toilets and have the irradiated toilet
Christ on
seat.
sale in the
But you
face.
may also be old enough to remember the it wasn't like when you were drying your hands, there was a cloth thing, and you would just pull it down a little bit and wipe your hands on it.
Yeah, and go to the next one.
Towel.
They weren't popular anymore when I was growing up.
I remember those.
Yeah.
I do remember those.
Yes, they were wonderful.
I actually still think those are cleaner than the ones that shoot the air.
Totally.
Yeah.
Because
they absolutely
it atomizes everything, and you can inhale it, and then you've got COVID.
Yeah.
It's true.
Oh God. Yeah,
this is why we need just, like a thing where you stick your hands in and it irradiates them, and you come back, they're clean. They're so clean.
It burns when I pee.
Then you'd look really creepy doing that.
That's true. You could do the Bela Lugosi thing.
God. Okay, but all right. So
Ed Wood.
So Ed is now well into Bride of the Monster.
He's shooting his
Bride of the Atom.
His opus.
Yes.
And we missed the part where Bunny was first confessing at a wrestling match that he wants to go down to Mexico and become a woman.
Yeah.
Bunny.
Sarah
Bill
Jessica Parker's
Murray.
like, this is the wrong environment for this conversation. Can you keep it down?
See, and that's the thing. That's what's so beautiful about the difference between the Sarah Jessica Parker's character and Patricia Arquette's character.
Yeah.
Is Ed Wood is
She's kissed Johnny and Tom. It's just not fair.
Okay, calm down.
What's
calm
fair
down.
about this world?
Hey, look, Jennifer Connelly's married and she's got like kids and stuff. I mean, life isn't fair. I mean,
We all have our own little
we go on. We go on. Maybe in the next life. Sarah Jessica Parker is, she is the character. She is the love interest who absolutely can never accept who Ed Wood actually is.
Yeah.
And in the movie, that's a bad thing because that ends. He ends up with Patricia Arquette, who totally is fine. She accepts Ed Wood. Everything about Ed Wood she's totally okay with.
Yeah, because he doesn't blindside her with it deep into the relationship. He tells her right out of the
He
start.
doesn't do the little belly dance thing in the
No, but she's made a career out of accepting odd men as her boyfriend.
Yeah.
If you think about Little Nicky.
many have.
My Little Nicky. She was in Little Nicky.
Yeah, she dated
Little
Adam
Nicky
Sandler
was
in that
awesome.
movie.
Little Nicky was fucking awesome. I love that movie.
Popeye's chicken is the shiz.
No, Popeye's chicken fucking rocks.
They say both of those.
Okay.
things. It's okay.
But here's the thing, though. The movie only goes so far. And you realize
With what?
with Ed Wood's life.
Oh, yes.
Because for, the people who are going to see the movie or who have not yet seen the movie, it ends with the culmination, literally, of Ed Wood's career, which is the public screening, the public premiere of Plan 9 from Outer Space. And this look of, again, wide-eyed optimism and joy on Ed Wood's face as he's seeing his opus on screen.
Yes.
Which is ironic considering Johnny Depp never goes to see his own movies in real
Right,
life.
yeah.
Just a little trivia.
But what you realize if you look into it is that afterwards, Ed Wood's life takes this horrible downward spiral.
Yeah, it does.
And all of a sudden, Sarah Jessica Parker's character comes across a lot more sensible and,
Prescient.
she made the right call.
You can say that she was being judgmental, but honestly, it just didn't work for her. So,
No, yeah.
And, it didn't bother Kathy,
Absolutely.
so why not?
Well, Darth, do you want to tell everybody what befell the fate of Ed Wood?
Sure. So Ed and Kathy wound up getting married. And unfortunately, after a slew of just completely unsuccessful films.
And porn.
Yeah. They both became alcoholics, and Ed Wood fell into a spiral of depression. And were toward the end of his life in 1978, they were evicted from their apartment. So they were staying with a friend named Oakwood, I want to say. And Ed actually, he was apparently a little verbally abusive with Kathy toward the end and bossing her around too much. And he asked her for a drink, and she refused. And she sent him into another room to go take a nap and calm down. And he called for a drink, and she refused to bring it to him. And then the last thing he ever said to her was, "Kathy, I can't breathe." And she was just like, "Oh, it's Ed being Ed." And she didn't check on him until she noticed that it had been utterly silent for about 20 minutes in the room. She didn't even go herself. She sent a friend in to check on Ed, and he was already dead.
What killed him?
Heart
Heart
attack.
attack.
Heart attack. Well, there probably wasn't much she could have done anyway.
Holy shit. Sorry.
Someone's
Lisa
looking
Marie.
I'm sorry. I mean, it's where does she get off being that hot? You know? I mean, who does she think she is?
Hey, Jason, sometimes life isn't fair. I thought we discussed this.
You know, come on.
Well, she's not that great looking as Vampira.
I think she's pretty fucking hot as Vampire.
No,
That's sort of my speed.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
totally.
Of
Yeah.
course.
And a
Her
moment
skin
of
is-
moment of silence
For Lisa
as
Marie.
Lisa Marie is on
Let's see.
screen.
Let's see how she looks these days.
Yeah, I'm sure she looks great.
Oh, come on. She's
Jennifer Connelly looks awesome.
looks great,
Yeah.
you know.
Did you
But-
like
but
that
it-
picture I sent you?
Oh,
from the
yes.
museum?
Yes, from Labyrinth.
Labyrinth. Oh.
Yes. Such a good
second, I was
movie.
about to panic
Such a
because-
fun movie.
The phone automatically pulled up Lisa Marie Presley.
Well, that's that's the problem is if you search, I mean, not that I know,
this bitch.
but
It's just
you know,
unfair.
if you're looking for pictures of Lisa Marie, you do have to put the minus sign and Presley.
Yes.
That's a pro tip. Unless you're into, Lisa Marie Presley, she was in The Naked Gun.
Mm-hmm.
All three of them, I think.
And but speaking of, nice segue, Sarah Jessica Parker's character wrote music for Elvis Presley.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Did she date Elvis Presley? Someone dated Elvis Presley. May not have been her. I was reading a bunch of trivia.
Wait,
but-
who
but-
did?
She wrote one of the Clam Baker, some kind of catchy song for Elvis.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Is that
so
Lisa Marie?
No, that's not what she looks like now. That's when she was with Tim Burton.
Oh,
I've just been handed an urgent bulletin from my co-host. This just in.
got to put it closer.
There we
Oh
go.
my God!
I'm trying to get her face.
Those
You
have-
people are so.
Those have to be fake. my
She's
God.
smiling.
And Tim Burton is not looking at anything.
And who is Mr. Burton supposedly linked to?
Your other lady.
Eva Green.
Mm-hmm.
So Tim Burton, you have hacked the simulation.
Seriously.
You found the cheat codes because you're not an attractive man, and I think you know that. So somehow Tim Burton did the video game, the real life equivalent of in a video game, hitting the tilde key, and the thing came down and he went spawn hot ass girlfriend.
Boom.
There's a more current picture of her, but
Well,
she's still ridiculous.
It's like
Beautiful.
Rick Ocasek, right?
Huh?
Rick Ocasek from the Cars. He had
Oh,
a
yeah.
model girlfriend.
God, yeah.
Killer, and he was not a looker.
No. Oh my God. I mean, look at the guy who dated Courtney Cox.
David Arquette.
No. Even worse looking than David Arquette.
Whoa.
He must have been a musician.
Shit. Was it the guy from Counting Crows?
Probably.
Hold on, I'm looking.
Crap. Yeah.
I don't know what it is about musicians. They have a way about
They
them.
do. They have
a
an
way about
amazing.
them.
Yeah. But do they still? Because I don't know. Because we were discussing this, and I will issue this challenge to the hindsighters. I asked my son the other day, who's 11. I said, "What are the kids into as far as like music? Like, what bands do kids like nowadays?" And he says to me, he goes, "Dad, they don't have bands anymore. Bands don't exist."
That's true.
And I went, "What do you mean bands don't exist? What are you talking about?" And he goes, "Name 3 bands that are active today, not bands that existed 10, 15 years ago or more, and they're still, hanging on."
Right.
I mean, I saw The Who, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
That doesn't count. Name a band that is current, new, and active. And I'm going to add not Korean because we did figure
We
out
did
in our
get
discussion.
BTS. They're
Yeah.
relatively new.
I did say the Lumineers, but they're
12 years old, though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
12,
little too
13
long
years
ago.
old, yeah. I will ask the hindsighters. Name some bands. Put them in the comments.
Yes, comment.
Yeah, say it.
If you have a band,
Yeah, if you have a band and you'd like to be on the show,
we'll have you.
we'd love to have you.
We're like Bela Lugosi.
Yeah, if you-
will,
if you
anyone
have-
who gives us attention, we will love.
If you're liking this BTK thing, or whatever.
No BTS.
God.
Yes.
Potato.
Just Google BTK. We don't need to go any
Yeah,
further
we don't
than that.
need to, yeah.
Is this the guy you were talking about with Courtney Cox?
Yes, yes.
Let me see who it is. Show it to the. Oh, sweet Jesus! Show it to the hindsighters.
Adam Dirts. Yeah.
Closer. Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Our new lighting is disrupting this view.
I love our new lighting, but not for our. Oh, whoa! How'd you do that? Oh, you touched it, right?
He focused his own camera.
Be
Magic.
careful where you touch it.
That's what she said.
It goes off for like no reason.
Don't make it weird.
Too late. That's our job.
We're gonna take another quick break, and then we will come back and we will wrap up our discussion of Ed Wood. See you in about 1 second. And we're back.
All right. Well, while I was in the restroom, I reapplied. Hindsighters, did I overdo it?
A bit slapdash.
Well, that's the always on the nighttime look, and that's a bit.
I'm like a
slapdash,
blow-up
isn't it?
doll.
Oh God. You just ruined blow-up dolls for me. Thank you. Now what am I doing this weekend?
I need to go.
That was literally my Sunday, and now it's ruined. What am I going to do this Sunday instead?
I know.
You know, there was a
Yes,
time-
Squeaky?
I know. Yes,
I know
madam.
what we're doing on Sunday.
Oh,
What are we doing
Sunday?
on Sunday?
Dun,
Dun.
We're watching Jaws. Did my camera move?
dun, dun,
You moved
dun,
my
dun.
camera.
Who did?
You did.
I did. I'm not going to do it again. You ready?
Just pan it. Other way, genius. Other way. There we go.
He's an
He's
engineer,
perfectly
hindsighters.
centered.
Oh, for God's sake. Do it
What?
again. A little bit more.
Inside
your
baseball.
nose is right in the center.
I know. I'm just trying to cut off the curtain where the curtain runs out.
Oh, good point. Is that okay? You like
That's
that?
okay.
Oh,
That's okay.
dear God, that makes on camera. Oh, my
What's
God.
wrong with my picture? It rubs the lotion on the skin.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. Who am I kidding? I wouldn't.
I'm going to run away and never
God
come
help us. You've ruined me.
If that movie was even remotely accurate.
I now hope I get eaten on Sunday.
Yes, so
Because of
Sunday.
this drama.
Yes.
Sunday. We are going to be going down to the Georgia Aquarium.
Largest aquarium on this planet.
Yes, a magnificent place. They are well aware of that, and that's why it's so fucking expensive. We are going to be going down there with the good folks from Sea Ventures, who are just the best when it comes to scuba diving and snorkeling and learning how to swim, learning how to be a lifeguard, the whole 9 yards. They are leading an expedition. We will be going into a shark cage, and we will be jumping into the predators of the deep tank. Hammerheads.
Tiger sharks.
What a rare and wonderful thing to see hammerheads swimming. I mean, tiger sharks you can see. You can go to Florida and see tiger sharks.
Well,
Hammerheads, that's a big deal.
I don't know though, because like at the aquarium, for those of you who haven't been and you guys haven't seen the actual exhibit yet, right?
No.
What has been of it? Okay. So they all have different swimming patterns, the different sharks. So you've got silver tips, sand tigers, and giant hammerheads.
Yeah.
Ooh, I
And-
can't wait.
Which one's sachets?
The hammerheads.
Sachet.
They
I mean,
they
Steve
swim-
Martin and Depp didn't know where
Yeah.
Sachet.
The tiger sharks vibe the whole time.
God.
Yeah.
Well, the tiger sharks will have a better vantage point from where we're going to be diving because the tigers tend to stay toward the top of the tank. You don't really get to see them from the exhibit where you're looking up.
Yeah.
You sort of see them, but not as up close and personal as the sand tigers or the silver tips.
Well, and what's cool is that as it happens, my wife is making a chicken stew this weekend, so I'm going to have a lot of gizzards and stuff, and I'm going to bring them with me and just sort of chum the water up a little bit.
Can't wait.
So yeah, hindsight, this is maybe the last time you
Yes.
see us all together
Last
alive
known appearance.
with a full set of hands and fingers and all that stuff.
Yeah. Next time you see us, we're going to say things like, "You all know me."
Yes.
Farewell and adieu.
Oh, God.
And other things that Quentin said.
Yes.
I got to find a chalkboard to scratch my nails.
Here lies the grave of Molly McGee.
No.
Died at the age of 103.
No.
For 15 years, she kept her virginity.
Stop it.
Not a bad record for this vicinity.
Oh, my God.
That wasn't so bad.
No,
was it,
that's not that
Mark
bad.
Jader? That was fine. That was like PG.
Yeah, so we are doing that. We are diving with sharks this Sunday, the 27th. I wish we would have thought to do this in the last episode, because then we would have said something like, "Come on down and see us
Right.
in the tank."
Well, Darth Jader can use this magical tool
That's
called social
true.
media
That's true.
and
Well,
invite the hindsiders to
And
come
September
watch.
11th, not that one, the one coming up.
God.
I'm going to be swimming in the the Ocean Explorer tank. I'll be doing the scuba dive with the whale sharks and the other sharks and those other sharks and other sharks and groupers.
And Tank the sea turtle.
Yeah. And Tank. Yes, and Tank this. Yeah.
They only have one sea turtle in the entire aquarium because they try to resuscitate them and return them to the wild so that they can help the population of sea turtles. But Tank apparently has agreed to the soft life, and he knows
Tank's
better.
the smart one.
Yeah, they feed him lettuce and veggies and stuff throughout the day. He knows he's got it good. He doesn't want to go back out to the wild.
That's called evolution.
Where a tiger shark is going to eat him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Fuck that.
Well, while we're swimming with the sharks on Ed Wood, Bela Lugosi was swimming with the octopus.
Not swinging.
Swinging with the octopus.
Wasn't swinging with it.
Well, you don't know what the deleted scenes
Well, that is true. It's a very touching part of the movie where Bela finds his acting voice again, and it's a lot of it is the pain that he's actually
despised.
Is he talking about himself? The jungle is my home, but I shall show the world. Oh, it's so good. Martin Landau. There's no way to express how good a job he did in this movie. He became Bela Lugosi in a way that, in years after, you would see movies where like Joaquin Phoenix would become Johnny Cash.
He did a great goddamn job.
Yeah, and there were actors who were celebrating. Jim Carrey became
the Mask.
Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, the Mask. Yes. He
became
became Bruce Almighty.
Yes,
yeah.
he did.
He became Andy Kaufman, I believe,
Yeah.
is the direction you were trying to take
I thought
with
so
that.
too.
I don't think Martin Landau ever got the credit and the praise that he really deserved for the incredible job he did in this movie.
Mr. Bunny, what is wrong?
I heard you were becoming a lady.
Sorry.
And see, that's the thing. Tor's cool with that.
Mexico.
He's Swedish.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
nightmare.
Yeah.
They're very, very liberal in
Yeah.
Sweden.
We
got
got
into
into
a
a car
car
accident. He was killed. His boyfriend.
Yes.
Oh, it's so sad.
Bill Murray is just.
Our luggage was stolen. God, you'd think that the only highlight of that story would be my boyfriend was killed in a car accident.
Yeah.
No.
If it hadn't been for
Mexico.
these men. And it's the mariachi band.
Yes. It is well played.
When Bill Murray decides to leave the acting world, I think that's it. We don't do movies. We don't do shows anymore.
He's still acting, isn't he?
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
He's been crazy active.
Yeah, he's got a he had a Netflix Christmas special 3 years ago.
Oh my God, I haven't seen that.
Christmas with Bill Murray.
That sounds magnificent.
He what else has he been in lately? I know he's got a cameo, I think, in the new Ghostbusters, which will come out at some point in the future.
Hopefully after Maverick.
Yeah, probably. Like this, maybe the same weekend as Maverick.
Those will be some other events for the upcoming.
We are doing Maverick.
Oh yeah.
We've got to do Maverick. We've got to do the Bob's Burgers movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally.
And that's happening. Yeah. Let's see.
I won't sit between you during that film.
No, that would be no. You would not. The whole audience is going to be doing that though. Yeah.
Of course they are.
Are Lane and David coming with us? Because I can.
Oh yeah.
They love it.
Oh
I
yeah.
know they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna.
It's Bob. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, he's gonna be Dr. Peter Venkman in Ghostbusters Afterlife in 2021. Bill Murray. So
2021 question mark. Maybe.
It's sane, but
Yeah.
That's only next year, so we're fine. Oh wait, it is 2021, isn't it?
yeah,
Hard to believe.
doesn't
sometimes.
feel like it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's 20.
right.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
21, right?
2020.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I can mess with you, can't
Every
I?
once in a while, I have to sort of. Yeah.
Well, I was talking about that at Jason and mine's place of work today because that's another bit of news.
Oh yes, a bit of news. A bit of news.
Yes. Lay it on us, Darth Jader.
Darth and Jason are slowly taking over the world, also known as Alpharetta.
Yeah, starting. Well, no, you have baby steps.
Starting
baby
with
steps.
the purples in Papua New Guinea.
Yes, and build up and up and up and up.
Saying F off to everyone. But, in Risk, you get the 7 extra men at the beginning of every go, and that's what Jason and I are doing.
Excellent.
So,
and what is your new role?
We have not decided on the official title, but I am actually working in the same building as Jason now, so I can announce my title once I'm 100% sure what it is.
Oh, turn that mic around, baby.
Why,
Turn
thank
that
you.
mic
Oh,
around.
my God, that's so much better.
Wow.
Well, because I'm progressively losing my voice as we move on. Move on.
Less gain.
Her throat has gotten a lot of work in the past.
Phrasing first, boom. So thank you for that.
You guys talk.
Blow up doll.
Yeah, there's what's her face.
Elvira.
No, but
Don't even talk to me about Elvira. That literally kickstarted puberty. Literally a pinball machine at a pizza joint.
didn't Elvira ruin Vampira though? Like,
Well, yeah, there's a whole thing. Vampira's still around. Cassandra Peterson still acting, still being Elvira.
no, but I mean, like,
No, but
Elvira kind of
Vampira's
stole.
dead.
Yeah, Vampira is dead,
Vampira
yeah.
specifically.
She sued her, but lost
Yeah.
the lawsuit.
Yeah.
It was close, I'd have to say.
Yeah, I think the judge went. What do you? I don't know.
I like both of you.
Come here and let me compare.
And I like
There was
you.
literally.
Yes.
We had a pizza place in my hometown, and I'm not lying. It was called BJ's Pizza.
Like you do.
A terrible pizza, but a great, Coke fountain.
Wait, you mean Louisiana is not known for its
Yeah,
pizza?
surprise. And they had two things that commended themselves to me. One was a cabinet of Street Fighter II, which I probably spent $7,000 on plunking quarters in playing Street Fighter II.
Except that's because you never learned Mr. Brown's trick for
That's
playing,
true. That's
for
true.
playing arcade games.
Shh, that's my secret.
But next to it was a pinball machine. It was the Elvira pinball machine, and on the side, I'm actually going to look it up.
And you sure played a mean pinball.
And literally, it was, hey, puberty.
Yes.
Let's see.
I bet you tilted that a lot of times.
I did my best. Yeah.
Like looking for Mr. Goodbar.
you gotta what does Daryl say on Bob's Burgers? You gotta press your wiener up against the game like this.
Oh, really? So there's an actual strategy to it.
It's
Yeah.
pronounced Daryl.
Yeah. So I'll let you look that up. But
Yeah. You talk amongst yourselves.
enjoy. So, Mr. Brown, this lipstick, I can't get over it because I keep seeing you on the camera when I'm trying to look at the TV. But
Wait, let me look at the camera. Ready?
we've stopped the movie.
Oh God!
Seducing the camera.
Oh God. See, Jason, we need to get him to kiss your hand and sign it for an autograph.
You can kiss every part of my ass before that's happening.
I wanted to like kiss Jason's forehead. You know,
Oh,
wouldn't that
yeah.
be great? But then I know
We
he
didn't
would-
get him drunk enough for that.
would-
yet.
I'm gonna come home
he
and
wouldn't
that's
like
gonna
that.
happen.
Yeah. We'd come and there'd be a sleeping bag.
Honey,
on the
it's
floor.
okay.
I'm living here. It was a man, baby.
It was a dude.
He was
What's the
wearing women's
problem?
clothes, so there was nothing gay about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's not gay if somebody's wearing a dress.
Exactly. So,
You were in the Navy, right?
Yes, that's right. That's
What's the whole with the shellback and the?
Well, you were a polywog to a shellback, and then I'm a shellback and a blue nose, but that was many moons ago.
Well, isn't it? Don't you have to? There's the ritual.
Well, you have to take the cherry out of the baby's belly. It's very, and of course, when you get really close, they pull your head in, and cover you with grease, lard. We called it. Well, you know,
I just died.
you know, you get 150 guys on a ship together, things get a little weird.
You have to
Weird.
think that one gay guy on the. Well, I say one.
Yeah. No.
Shortly.
No.
Top or bottoms.
Stern yet sensual skipper of the USS Rough Service.
Well, no, we would submerge 150 guys. And surf,
I knew a girl who did that.
and surface 74 couples and 2 prize fighters.
Jesus Christ.
And I was not one of the prize fighters.
I bet those prize fighters are probably some pretty tough.
Oh, they were very tough. They were very tough. They were good at covering every orifice.
And I have to go.
Yeah.
I'm never returning.
She's never coming back. Apparently not.
I'm never submerging with either of you. I can tell you that damn much. But okay, so there was a movie.
Yes. Ed Wood. How does
You were
Ed
looking.
Wood?
You were
How
looking
close
up
are we?
the Vampira
Elvira.
or Elvira
Oh, if you
pinball
already-
game.
You already lost interest in Elvira.
No. I'm trying to find a picture of this. Oh,
The pinball
wait.
game.
Is that it?
Oh.
At the
so,
pizza place.
so that's the. That was the.
Oh my
side.
God, Elvira. Yes.
And
Look at her. She was something else.
She was voluptuous.
Voluptuous, that's the word. That is the correct word, yes.
Yeah, so that basically established puberty, and neurons in the brain went, okay, all right.
Damn, and I was the idiot over here crushing on Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah. Again, as Bill Bryson said, robust heterosexuality was.
Thank you, Elvira, for making him a man.
Yeah.
Oh, and poor Bella.
But Bela does eventually succumb
To his addiction.
To his addiction.
Yes.
But not before Ed Wood really does everything in his power, which is not much. He doesn't have a lot of power, but he does everything he can.
He's not immediate family or anything, but he spends as much money as he can on Bela and tries to get him help.
And in the scope of the movie, the universe rewards him because in the midst of really being there for Bela, he meets
his future wife.
Patricia
Arquette.
And his
Who does look a little bit like Sarah Jessica.
They'll do her up just like Sarah Jessica.
You're right, yeah.
She's got the similar haircut, and she's got the
type.
She's got the cashmere sweater, like
Angora.
It's Angora.
Sorry, because you're right. She does ask him, or he asks her. He's like, "Is that Angora?" And that would be.
I'm in pictures.
Yeah.
I'm a director, writer, actor, and producer.
So many red flags within the first 30
I know.
seconds of talking to this man. Is that an Angora sweater? Writer, director, producer.
Run away.
My name is Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
I do it all.
Yeah.
I
mean, yeah.
Oh, that was mean. I retract.
To
that.
who?
Good point.
Yeah. Fuck Harvey Weinstein.
So a quick.
Is he in jail?
A quick story though.
Let's find out.
Okay.
A quick story.
Do tell.
One of my former bosses, who's a dear friend of mine, his family.
Not after tonight.
No, he won't be watching this episode. No, you will not. I won't mention any names. But he went to a summer camp, a sleepaway camp. His kids go to the sleepaway camp. Well, his son became very good friends with Harvey Weinstein's daughter. Now, this is before everything blew up. And I thought, okay, I'm going to leverage that relationship.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, no, not so much.
Yeah.
I don't believe I'm going to be able to leverage that one anymore.
What was Harvey Weinstein's? What was his daughter like?
He's had many daughters with many women.
Oh, that's true.
And,
he's sort of a Boris Johnson kind of thing.
Yes,
yeah.
and I think they probably saw each other twice a year, whether they needed to or not. But it was a Weinstein, and I thought, come on, maybe I may be able to work my way into some feature film.
It looks like
Harvey, come over here. I want to be a superhero.
I know. Yeah, you have to wonder how many guys are like, I'll do it.
I was a sailor. Don't worry about it.
I'll be Alfred. Alfred.
I'll go to your hotel room. What do you want?
Yes.
I want millions of dollars.
Yeah. I want to drive a Ferrari. What do I need to do?
Yeah.
I can do that.
It looks like he's appealing his charges, but he did do some prison time.
Oh, good. Good for him.
As he should.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so back to the Errol Flynn mustache. We never did cover that. So,
No, I think he adopted that mustache when he was trying to raise funds. They said you need to wear a tuxedo and look, have a certain
Suave.
level of panache. And so he grew his little pencil mustache like Howard Hughes, right?
Yeah.
And he wore a suit and raised nothing.
Right.
yeah, they even as they're waving to everybody like the Beverly Hillbillies, they're like, we didn't raise a penny.
How much did we raise? Not a nickel.
No.
Not a nickel.
Because I'm trying to think of the few men that can even pull off mustaches. Not the Errol Flynn one. Carrie
just in general.
But like Carrie always can do the Errol Flynn.
Bert.
No, Bert didn't have an Errol Flynn, but
yeah, Carrie Elways, yeah.
Carrie Elways could definitely do the Errol Flynn because he did it in The Princess Bride.
All of Europe.
Okay. I don't know that they're pulling it off.
Well, that's true.
I wouldn't date them.
They're trying.
That's true.
They're trying.
But there are very few men who could actually pull that look off.
Yeah, I don't even know if Harrison Ford could do it.
No.
I bet Sean Connery could have done it.
Probably.
He could have.
But just the regular mustache, Sean Connery did that very well. So did Burt Reynolds, Tom Selleck.
Yeah, that would be tough.
That's a tough one.
That might have been one of the cutest conversations I've ever had with your mom, Adam. She was like, "Did my son ever tell you that I have such a thing for Tom Selleck?" And
She loves Tom Selleck.
I was like,
Who doesn't?
He never brought that up, but you've got good taste. I can tell you that.
So the movie does eventually reach the climax, which is Plan 9 from Outer Space, widely regarded, and I think fairly fairly regarded as the worst movie ever made.
Oh, and there's even a Dracula in the little fun house that they go to.
But Plan 9, I've seen worse movies. I think we've all seen worse movies than Plan 9. I think what makes Plan 9 from Outer Space...
We've seen The Holy Mountain, so of course we've seen worse movies than Plan 9.
I don't know if The Holy Mountain
No,
worse, though.
no, it's not worse.
Really?
No, it's not worse than,
So I've
than
never
Plan
seen.
9.
Okay, then I've got no.
No, The Holy Mountain was actually competent.
Yeah.
It was a movie with actors acting lines correct.
Fine.
I mean, like,
Right.
it was difficult to do, and they did it.
Sorry to interrupt, Jason,
Yeah.
but this is where Ed tells Kathy because they're in the middle of a horror house at a carnival.
A what?
A horror house.
Oh,
Horror house.
I know my voice is going, so you can't quite hear me, or you're just hearing what you want to
he
hear.
took her to that on the first date?
Well, I mean,
Hey, well,
$20 entry fee.
Yeah.
it's cute.
And they're there.
Entry fee.
Panties, brassieres, sweaters, pumps. It's just something I do. And I think
I
they
can't say anything, can
It's
I?
entry
Without
fee.
it being a double entendre.
no. Why do you think we play the phrasing game?
Yes.
And he reveals that he is a transvestite. And she's fine with that.
No, I love sex with girls.
No, I love it.
That's
You
like her
to
first.
sex girls?
Yeah.
That's her first question because she.
Look at the look on her face, though. Okay. Like, she's thinking about it.
Okay, and he's so excited. He's just like, "Oh my God, somebody might accept me for who I am."
I know. That's the charm of this whole damn movie. It's this whole thing where it's like there's this weird universe where people are just, yeah, you're fine.
And that odd look of
You're
relief
okay.
on his face, where he's
Yeah.
just like, he's almost dazed because all she confirmed was that he was straight enough to want
Yeah.
her.
They were living in a time when that was a huge stigma.
Oh yeah.
Like now it's cool.
Oh yeah.
In
now
fact, if
it's-
you're not
yeah.
gay, you're kind of a,
Yeah.
you're out. Right? Damn hetero, get out of here. You can't sit at this table.
Yeah.
Wait, aren't we all hetero? Oh, but that's why we're our only friends.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. This is it.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
We lost
Yeah.
all our gay friends
That
because
is
we're
the
hetero.
the symbolism of the black curtain. You see, it is like we are alone in our own vortex of whatever.
And we're okay with it
Yeah.
because we hate everyone anyway.
Because I hate everyone else anyway. Well, no, that's not true. There's a lot of people in the world that I haven't met.
That's fair. That's
Okay,
the most diplomatic
so,
thing he's
true.
going to say
There
all
you
day,
go,
hindsighters.
Yeah, I run on hate and coffee. So you in the movie we eventually reach the point where Bela is not going to be saved.
He's going downhill. Yeah.
The years of self-abuse, the years of drugs, it's just too much, and he dies. But Ed Wood wanted Bela to be the centerpiece of what he viewed as his masterpiece, which was Plan 9 from Outer Space, which is a science fiction movie with also vampires and whatever.
An octopus. Not to be
No, the
confused.
octopus was a different movie.
Oh, okay.
That was different. I mean, this scene right here where you see them filming.
He's just pacifying Bela.
It's amazing that this scene in Ed Wood is actually an iconic piece of cinema. But the scene where the doctor comes out and smells the flowers in this turd of a movie has somehow become elevated to this is actually an important piece of cinema now.
Yeah.
We actually have to preserve Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Well, and it's just there.
It means something to smell a budding flower.
And just like their actual friendship, because most people would hang on to the celebrity and the nostalgia of being friends with, a Bela. But Johnny takes on his dogs, and
Yeah, he genuinely cares for him.
he really does.
Yeah, he genuinely. That's the thing in this movie. That it's so poignant how good a person Ed
Oh my God,
Wood
I did not
is.
notice that bow in his hair
Yeah.
when I first watched this. I missed it last night too when I was watching
Here it
it.
is. Here we go. This is
scene that
that's
Jason
the
wants to be
scene.
in.
That's the scene. The car with Ed and everyone else in it, and it's fantastic. I would pay a fortune to just ride in that car with those characters
Yep.
next to Vampira.
Well,
Ideally.
duh.
Ideally.
You'd be pushed
Ideally.
really
I'd
Yeah.
be next to
Yeah.
Johnny. He'd
Really
be next
close.
to
Yeah,
Vampire.
exactly. Yeah. You sit next to Johnny. Yeah. I am totally fine with that arrangement.
And Martin Landau was just thrilled because Vampire is assisting him into the
Oh,
theater.
yeah.
And
Oh.
he's sort of kneeled over, staring down her dress.
And Martin Landau still had another 15 years. I mean, he acted for a while after this.
Let's see.
Oh yes, I think he died 2 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. Yeah,
I'm gonna say 2019. I'm gonna bet on that.
yeah. But
2017.
Oh, I was off by 2.
But Ed Wood finally he makes this movie. He makes Plan 9 from Outer Space. But Bela has gone. Bela has died, and so he doesn't get rid of the character. He replaces Bela with literally a chiropractor / makeup artist who is holding, a cape in front of his face, not saying any lines, and it's just narrated.
And whose character, I recognize that actor from Scrubs.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he
Okay.
made an appearance on Scrubs.
The audience just hates it.
Yep.
But what's beautiful about that whole Plan 9 sequence in this movie, though, is that Ed Wood, to him, it's a triumph. To him, it's an accomplishment. He did it. He made his movie. He told his story.
He's put his artwork out there.
He did it.
I can't see anymore.
And again in 2021, they're stripping the car.
I think they used some creative license on that.
Oh
personally.
yeah.
In all likelihood.
But
I don't think they stripped the car.
In 2021, you can make a movie.
And Kathy, they do make a point out of that, how Kathy jumps in front of a moving taxi to get them the hell out of that failure of a premiere.
It's just wonderful. It really is wonderful. Every one of these characters just comes across as so likable.
Genuine and
They're genuine and
likable,
likable, and they're all freaks and weirdos, but aren't we all?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Well,
mean,
they found their tribe. Like, even when they're trying to, get investors and sponsors and stuff for the projects, like, they're all working the room with the same level of energy. Nobody's slacking off from that. They're all willing to go whole hog to help Ed Wood attain his dream.
Yeah. But ultimately...
A girlfriend who would jump in front of a car like that. Yes, she's something.
Well, for Johnny Depp, you'd jump in front of a car, I bet.
In front of a pirate ship, yes.
There you go. Moving at 6 knots.
Pirate ship, that wouldn't be that big of a deal, though. I would rather jump in front of a pirate ship than a car.
Because I want to live.
She wants to live to love.
He'll swan dive into the water and rescue me, and we'll just ride off into the sunset. It'll be great.
Oh, and all the cocaine you could do.
Oh, he's not on coke. He hasn't been for a long
I love you,
time.
Jerry Smith.
You're my best friend,
You're
Jerry
my best
Smith.
friend, Jerry Smith.
I love you too, Johnny Depp.
I love doing cocaine with you
too,
too,
Johnny Depp. Jesus. Meanwhile,
He did an entire movie about cocaine.
He did.
Blow.
Yeah. I mean, Blow. An
Blow.
autobiography.
Hey, he owned up to it.
But
Anyway,
so, watching this again, and I watch Ed Wood probably every 4 or 5 years. It's tough to do the Alf to Seinfeld thing because it does get better every time. I think the older I get, the more I enjoy it.
see, this is the first time I watched it since the first time I watched it. So
Okay, so you've got a real Alf to Seinfeld.
yeah, I
This
do.
is your first
Yeah.
time?
No. I
Second
watched
time.
it. Yeah, this is only the second time I've seen it, so I've got a good Alf to Seinfeld reference because when I first watched, I didn't understand like most of who the actors were that we were talking
Yeah.
about. I didn't know all the backstory.
Right.
I could see somebody younger being bored with it, and I
no.
wouldn't blame them.
I was fascinated with different aspects, like how, because a man making movies about himself cross-dressing and like and how it's breaking up his relationship and ruining his professional life, even though it's his actual passion, and he doesn't want to hide who he is. Like that wasn't a super mainstream concept when this movie came out.
Oh,
Yeah, Bela.
Bela died.
that's
got
always
the
a thing that I always look for. One of the people who taught me in film school, his whole thing was, if you want to see how good an actor is, watch transitions.
Oh yeah.
And a really, really good actor can go from one emotion to another, and it's a very smooth, very fluid.
Oh yeah,
thing.
Ed gets on the phone. He's all bouncy, thinking he's getting good news.
Yay,
and,
Wood Productions.
and then he just deflates.
And it just smoothly, and the way he looks back at Patricia Arquette, it's really good. It's, you know,
because I pointed that out on Deep Blue Sea when right before, spoiler alert, Samuel L. Jackson gets bitten to death by the shark. Tom Jane is sitting there realizing that the shark is about to jump up through that tide pool and destroy Samuel L. Jackson. And he, like, you see his face where
is that before or after he kills Anne Heche?
Before.
Okay.
Immediately before.
Yeah.
But no, he's sitting there and Samuel L. Jackson is giving this rousing speech of, we're going to get out of here and I'm going to lead us out and this is what's going to happen and we're going to
beat the Sith, motherfucker.
And meanwhile, Tom Jane is just going, oh. And you see him, it dawn on him that Samuel L. Jackson is about to be ripped into pieces. Yeah. And that made an impression on me, even though it's not a great movie.
And the transition is legitimately, it's a difficult thing to do. You know, I mean, when you see an actor who can do that, it's impressive. And Johnny does just... Johnny Depp in this movie, if this was the only movie that Johnny Depp ever made, I would say this guy needs to be in the pantheon with you know, name him or her of actors. He does such an incredible job.
He does.
And a lot of that Tim Burton is doing a marvelous job directing.
Yeah.
But I don't think most of the performance you see came from Tim Burton. I think most of that was really Johnny Depp just sinking his teeth into it.
Yeah, you're right.
Because
it's
they didn't
talent.
They didn't have their little kind of codependent relationship yet. They had just made Ed Wood a few years ago. So, because now there's a popular meme going around on social media where it's like Tim Burton approached Johnny Depp and said, "I have an idea," and Johnny said, "Yes." Yeah. Like it doesn't matter what it is.
Well, wouldn't you?
Yes.
I mean, wouldn't you?
How else do you guarantee yourself success in Hollywood? It's like our argument about getting typecast. Who cares? You're a working actor.
Yeah, you're working. You got a paycheck, dude.
That's success. Yeah. And so, like, Johnny knows that he's always got a paycheck when it comes to Tim Burton. And they're good friends and they enjoy working together. So what's the downside of that?
He's always on it. I knew a guy, Phil. Phil, if you ever see him,
who you are.
You know you are. Just one of the best guys I ever knew in my life. And Phil had this quality, and he's in LA right now. He's working. You know, he's. I hope to God he makes it big. But he was the same way, where every second his brain was just tuned.
He was on
to that opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like a shark.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just, hey, I've got an idea. Let's do this. And it was always crazy. And when we worked together, the problem I had was that I was too conventional.
Linear.
Yeah.
He's obtuse.
Yeah. And I would love to work with him again because, like, now it would be like, dude, just do what you do. Yeah. Do what you do, and with a little bit of backup and support, it's going to be great. Mm-hmm. You know, that's the quality that Ed Wood has in this movie. And again, who knows how much of this was real to Ed Wood?
Well, yeah.
It's Johnny Depp's Ed Wood.
Yeah, that's right. And even watching it with no sound, I just love watching his face and his expressions and.
But
his hair.
We do.
For.
Well, one last thing.
God, wouldn't you kill for it? Yeah. Oh, you would kill for it in a different way. So.
But it's kind of ironic how things worked out with Johnny doing this movie, Ed Wood, where he has another actor fill in for the actor that passed, and so they had to finish the project. Johnny Depp did the same thing in the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus when Heath Ledger passed, because Heath Ledger passed before they could finish filming the movie. So they had to rewrite things and rearrange so that Johnny could play, like, it was almost like a Doctor Who regeneration sort of version, from what I understand.
I never saw that.
I actually haven't either. I've been meaning
I don't think
to watch
anyone
it.
did.
No,
no one did.
But when Heath died, that's something that I think Colin Farrell was in the movie as well, and they played different regenerations of Heath so that they could finish the movie and let him have his last project.
I'm going to say Alf to Seinfeld. I have to give it about a 7. I feel like it should be higher than that, but I see this movie every few years, and it's steadily, as I get older, I like it a little bit more. So I think it's about a 7 since the last time I watched it, which was just a few years ago.
Fair enough.
Now you have only seen it twice. So.
It's been well over a decade since I first saw it. So I'm going to give it an 8.5 because, I get more of the references. I know who some of the actors are, and I understand the story a little bit better, and that's usually my answer. But the real reason is that, this is just a group of weirdos really supporting each other, and that's something that you come full circle with if you're a happy adult, in my opinion. You're afraid to be weird and show your eccentricity when you're young because you don't want to be judged.
Oh,
and
yeah,
you don't want people to think that you're odd. But Johnny Depp is the reason why he's one of my heroes. Now you get your freak on. Yeah. I don't know that I'd phrase it that way, but I don't really care. I dress up for Dragon Con. I do things that make me happy, and that's what this movie makes me think of. Yeah. So I'd have to give it an 8.5 because it definitely improved. I loved it even more this time around, big time.
Madame Brown.
Dame
Judy Brown.
Dame Madam Brown. To you, sailor.
Oh, God.
I'm going to give it a 4.
Whoa.
Shock and awe.
So I did that for the shock effect, but I'll tell you, I loved the movie when I saw it again.
Yeah.
But it wasn't near the level of obsession I had when I first saw it.
Fair enough.
I was obsessed with Ed Wood. Literally, like I said, I bought all the movies. I forced myself to watch them all. I learned everything. I studied everything I could about Ed Wood before the internet, right? I actually had to do real research and learn everything about Ed Wood that VHS videotapes would tell me because he wasn't in the library.
Surprise.
That is the only reason. It's not because it got any worse or anything, but I don't think anything could match the crazy obsession that I had the first time I saw it.
I'm not sure. We're pretty close right here, to be perfectly honest, with all this makeup.
You know what? When I first saw it, I did cross-dress a little bit, but it was for a show. I was a sales girl in a show, and I thought I channeled Johnny Depp when I did that.
Well, there you go.
Like I said, I was totally frighteningly obsessed with it. The girl that I was seeing at times, like, dude, you got to let go of Ed Wood. I just can't let go of it. I just loved him so much.
Can't let go of that wood.
Maybe we should end this quickly.
Well, I just texted both of you a link to, on YouTube, Bride of the Monster, the MST3K edition on YouTube, available for free.
We'll take it. I just got the ding.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I just dinged you. That vibration was me.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up.
Let go of the wood.
You're welcome.
We would like to thank everybody, so we will. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
We are going to be doing a shark dive in 2 days, so hopefully this is not the final episode of Hindsight is Horrifying.
Hopefully other actors won't finish our roles.
There'll be
in
3.
life.
Adam Darby will be sitting here with us.
Katie will put on a darker wig.
Hey, can we get all 3 of them in here and do
Katie
that?
will have my glasses on. Oh, God.
We hope to see you again at some point in the future. Hopefully next week, if we have not been turned into shark food. In the meantime, though, thank you very much for once again spending your drive time, your listening time, your cross-dressing time, your whatever time you happen to spend with us.
Your Buffalo Bill time.
We sincerely take it away. Take it away from him. Oh, for God's sake. We sincerely appreciate you being here, and we look forward to seeing you again very soon. This has been Darth, Adam, and Jason, and this has been Hindsight, and good night.